You can call me stupid. Yes, you can call me cheap. You can say I'm lazy. You can say I'm weak. You think that using her would get to me. And if you're right, then you're in trouble, D. 'Cause I won't break, no, I know I won't wait. You're in trouble, D.
What's going on, everybody? My name's Tyler. I've been drinking way too much coffee this morning. This is my questacular friend Sean over here, and we are nutso. No, we're Rendered Reality. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, coffee has been a problem, man.
Way too much coffee. I've had one cup
know,
so far.
back on
This is my
another.
second cup, but yeah.
I needed it, man. I needed it this morning. It
So,
was a must.
Fair warning, Tyler's going to be on another level today. I can already
Whatever.
tell. So.
Whatever, man.
So real quick, as we're getting started, I want to throw out there real quick so everybody can get in on this. We got a Mamut Gunstock giveaway. This is the Universal Gunstock, the Mamut Apto 2.0. Link to the Gleam giveaway in the description, so make sure everybody can sign up for that. We're going to run this giveaway for a little while, so I think it's about 30 days or so, so make sure you get in on that, and we will be drawing a winner.
So
and
good.
this is going to get shipped to you straight from Mamut. It's going to come straight from them to your doorstep.
So good. And I'm so glad to see their customer service stepped up, all of it, which I did talk about on the video from yesterday.
And we're going to get into some more Mamut stocks and gun stocks and accessories. And so we got a couple accessories to talk about today, but well, what are you excited about right now, man? What's been on your mind?
I'm super hyped about Squadrons, man. Every time like I see leaks and I see now gameplay of it and stuff, it's just, that hype, man, just climbs higher and higher. And honestly, just because of the accessibility for everybody, because it is that like flight sim, but it is arcade, so it's easy to jump into, but yet hard to master. And I think that's what's super exciting for me.
Well, I think this is something from like the Vader Immortal series and stuff that we saw that it was missing, getting to fly in these things, the TIE fighter and stuff, getting to fly around. And this is going to be multiplayer too. You're going to be able to fly around with people in this. And I know we've talked about this game a little bit before, but we did want to touch on it a little bit because, man, it just looks incredible. And I truly think stuff like this is what is going to help VR grow, because the mainstream people, I mean, how many people have wanted to, I mean, this is something that you would have to go to Disney World to try to experience, something
this is
similar
better
to
than
this.
that.
Yeah,
this is
in
better
VR,
than
in your
that,
home,
man.
in your living room. I mean,
so good.
it's so cool. So this,
I know.
Good.
Well, in the fact that you get to pick different ships and customize them and your loadouts, and what style of play, like, more shields, more engines, you can change that all on the fly, kind of like Elite Dangerous, which I know that's my point. You didn't like that with Elite Dangerous. There was too much.
Yeah, but this isn't going to be as in-depth as Elite Dangerous for sure. And there's supposed to be like a story mode too. I don't know how the story mode is exactly going to work, because one thing we found out is that this is going to be like keyboard, mouse, gamepad game. This isn't going to be tracked controller game, which is kind of a bummer to me. But
I've heard of like the HOTAS support, which I hope they do. I really hope so.
Right.
But there isn't a lot of stuff you need to interact with. I mean, you're going to be so focused on what you're doing the whole time. Yeah. I mean,
I don't know, because even in the ship though, I still like to see my hands. I like to have my hands move. I mean, I would rather have buttons I'm pushing. I would rather have joysticks I'm grabbing onto in there, or be able to use the thumbsticks. That's a little bit of a concern to me, but man, the game just looks so good. I mean, it's amazing. South Memphis, thank you, sir.
South Memphis, man. Cheers.
Awesome, that's awesome.
Been one of our biggest super chatters today, man. That's awesome.
Filling up them coffee mugs for us. That's awesome. But
Major Dickinson today, man.
So this is launching supposedly on the 2nd of on the 2nd of October, I think it is.
Have you seen a lot of the gameplay yet? Have you seen like the multiplayer stuff yet?
No.
Where you're so just to explain a little bit, you can, and I'm not into the whole Star Wars terminology stuff. I love the Star Wars, but I don't have the encyclopedia essentially.
I don't either.
But so the Rebel sides and I forget the other, each have a ship, right? And you're protecting your own ship, but you have to attack the other. So you have like this, whatever it is, 5-on-5, strategy where you're attacking. So you're trying to attack theirs, but then you're trying to protect yours. And then you have different locations on the ships that take out power, shields, all kinds of stuff. You can fly through the ships, like what was it? The original episode, which would be 4, the first one where they're flying, down in the Death Star, or maybe it was the last one, whatever. So good though. It's like all those things that you wanted to do, watching those movies, you're gonna get to. Like,
yeah, the
I'm
graphics
so
look
stoked about
insane. I
this.
mean, if it looks half as good as this in VR, it's gonna be incredible. They did announce the price. The price is gonna be $40, which I guess some people were upset about because it's not as big of a title as some of the other EA games, but they felt that this was a good start, and I'm perfectly fine with $40. I think that's gonna be worth it all day long. And I did read somewhere, I don't know where I read it, but something about that there wasn't going to be any oh, here it is. So on top of that, the game won't have any microtransactions, which is a good thing, and that that's a feature that EA has kind of become known for a little bit. So there won't be any microtransactions in this, which is a very good thing, definitely. So we don't want any of that.
Laughing about my knowledge of Star Wars. Yeah, I don't pretend. I'm not like which I think Gaming Science News said Wikipedia. Wikipedia. I don't pretend to know. I love it though. I love all anything sci-fi. I eat it up. I don't dive into. I just don't have the time to. I do love it though. It's so good. One
thing too, real quick, Paradise Decay said that talking about Disneyland, did you see someone recreated the full Indiana Jones ride in Dreams VR? Which I did hear about that. That's incredible. Dreams is going to be awesome. Dreams has potential to really do some amazing things, and they already have started. So I'm so looking forward to the PlayStation 5 launch this year, and we're going to get into the state of the play stuff that happened a little bit with PSVR or PlayStation this week, but man, I'm super pumped. So let's just stick on Star Wars topic here for a minute since we're on that topic. But one of the things at the state of play was the Vader Immortal series, and that's coming to PlayStation VR, which is awesome. This was originally on the Oculus Store, on Oculus Rift and Quest, but this came out in 3-part series on the Quest and the Rift, and on PlayStation VR it's going to be a bundled thing, which they need to do that on Oculus as well. They need to make a bundle for all 3 of these, one set price, because they're not real long experiences. They're kind of on the shorter end, but they're fantastic. I mean, they're well done, and I have to admit I haven't played the third one. I've only played the first 2. I never even bought the third one, which I need to go back in and probably buy that. It's kind of one that I just kind of forgot about, and I never went back and picked up.
We get going on to other stuff, I know. And we can only spread ourselves so thin.
I mean, there's been so many games this year. It's incredible.
I feel like the Star Wars is just made for VR. Like everything that they try and do at Disney and the simulators and stuff, I feel like this is what it could like.
Yeah, you do it
this
in your
is where
own
Star
house.
Wars needs to be.
Yeah, you do it in your own house. And I mean, it's an experience now that you can get in VR for this kind of stuff, is better than a lot of the stuff that's at Disney and stuff, at least some of the older stuff. I'm sure that the newer stuff is going to be incredible. But
I think somebody in chat said something about being like open world for like an open world Star Wars game. And could you imagine?
That's the other one that's going to be a little bit more. What's the other one that's coming from ILMX Labs that's coming, the Star Wars, I can't think of it now. It's the other VR game that is coming, I believe, this year or next year. I believe that's coming next year. But that's supposed to be a little bit more open world than what we've seen.
Battlefront or
is it?
I forget.
It's not, all I can think of is Squadrons. Every time I think Squadrons. But yeah, that's supposed to be a little bit more open world.
We need more open world. We do, but I know it's hard. It's just it's a lot. It's tough. It's tough to render all the stuff in the headsets. Cheers, Tony, for whatever you want. How about some G2 action, man? That's where all our money's going right now.
There's so much stuff coming out this year that I want. I really want that Yaw VR, the Yaw thing, where it's like the motion sim rig. That's kind of expensive. I still want a Force Tube VR for a Gunstock. Those aren't cheap. There's so many things I still want.
If I had a sack of cash land in front of me on my lap right now, I would be going all in on a motion sim rig. Period.
Yeah, Tales from the Galaxy's Edge. Sorry,
no doubt.
I just want to.
Okay.
That's the one I was thinking of. I couldn't think of the name, but yeah, but you want like full blown motion sim rig. I'd be happy with the Yaw VR. I would be happy with that. But yeah, so Star Wars, great stuff. I mean, this is a lot of Star Wars stuff actually in VR with the Squadrons coming and Tales from Galaxy's Edge. A lot of Star Wars stuff coming, which I think is good. I mean, everybody likes Star Wars and it brings more people into VR. The more, the better. It's just good stuff. So
Kid Collector was asking what HOTAS. HOTAS are the flight controls. So it gives you throttle, flight stick, and I do have those. And
you can pick them up cheap too.
It's not listed on the Steam page yet, but I think I've heard that is supported, and I think
they have plans for it.
said something that or somebody did. Oh, Steve XM said HOTAS are better than controllers, better than mouse and keyboard.
Yeah.
I think HOTAS would be the way. HOTAS would be the way to go for this game. I really do.
You can pick up what is it? The Thrustmaster T-Flight something. I think you can pick that up. Yeah, you can pick that up for like $70, $80 or something like that. So they're not crazy expensive. So that'll be a good option if that's going to be in the game. Because I'm really bummed. I really want motion controls. I hope they add that. I don't
know, man. I don't get me wrong. I like it, but I like the flight sticks in this kind of stuff.
Yeah, but give me the option. You know what I mean? Give me the option for a flight stick, but give me hands, because that just to me makes it more immersive. If I'm pushing buttons in the cockpit with my hands, if I'm grabbing onto controllers or stuff in there, that's just what I like. I don't know. I mean, I know,
but you don't have that in these cockpits. Like, there's not a lot of stuff to press. I mean, you have
there should be. That's what I want. No, I want that.
I get that, but
yeah, I mean, know. I like buttons. I like pushing buttons.
It's a big debate, I'm sure, for a lot of people.
I'm like a little kid. I just want to sit in there and push buttons and mess with sticks.
Oh yeah, Risky Business just said in chat too. Act quickly on them because they're selling out due to
that's a good point.
That is a good.
That's a really
that's true.
Good point.
Once that drops, they'll be gone and skyrocket.
Yeah, I saw some at Best Buy. I was just looking at them the other day. Best Buy had some in stock, so yeah, that's a good point to get that.
Yeah, I can't recommend them enough though. For how cheap they are and the experience it gives you, they're great. Okay, they really are.
So Fluke Rogi said HOTAS is supported on PC version, PSVR version hasn't been confirmed, so they haven't confirmed HOTAS for PSVR version. So
yeah. Yep, that's awesome.
Yeah, and then Vert Chill said Star Wars games usually have limited configuration options, so don't expect crazy HOTAS configuration options too, which is a good point.
Yeah, you're only going to need about 3 button presses probably. I mean, you have to change between your shield, engines, and weapons, I think it is, and maybe a couple little other things, but that's probably it. Maybe a boost or something like that. Yeah. I mean, won't be a whole lot, so yeah. That's why you don't need controllers. Like, I want that 1-to-1. You know, it's like saying, okay, take a racing sim. Would you rather have controller support or a steering wheel?
That's different.
No, it's not. What's different about that? There's nothing different about that.
I mean, it feels different holding a steering wheel and having pedals. You have full body interaction. You have feet interaction. You have hand interaction. But listen, hear me out. In a flight sim or something like that, it's still, you have your hands because there's still buttons like an X-Plane. You still have a lot of buttons to push. You have all kinds of things to flip, and then you can grab onto the joystick with your hand and use your magnetic ball mount. You know what I mean? You can use that or the ProTAS from
pushing. You need you need something.
No, but you don't have to. It's just it's a nice. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know. You can't convince me of that one. There's no way.
I want both.
Nope. I want the sim. I'm all in on the actuality 1-to-1.
You actually put on our Discord a picture of like windows out of a 747 that you were gonna build like a cockpit for Microsoft Flight Simulator. I mean, that's just going overboard. That's just insane.
I know it is, but truthfully, how amazing could you build a setup? Yeah, they were like $2,500 or something like that, something ridiculous. But
massive.
Like, I've never seen like 747 windows for sale, so I'm like, this could be cool.
It would be cool. Yeah, I mean, you got enough room in your basement, you could set up like a legit flight simulator in there. It'd be pretty cool. But yeah,
I know. And I did just I dropped the Discord link too in chat if anybody does want to grab that and doesn't want to look in the description. But it's good stuff. I know, it'd be cool. But
I mean, that's one of we put out a video of like our most anticipated games that are still supposed to come in 2020, and that Star Wars Squadrons is high on the list. I mean, that list wasn't in any order, but all of those games are just, I mean, there's so much good stuff that's still supposed to come out this year that hopefully does. I mean, we know with COVID stuff, a lot of stuff got delayed, so hopefully these games still come out. But man, there are some really, really good ones that are still to come this year for sure.
Luke Rogi's calling you out, man. He says I'm right. You're getting called out.
Him.
Yeah, I can.
No,
he knows what's up. Come on, man.
And could you? I'm not going to argue that, but not everybody has a flight stick. Everybody has motion controllers, so give me motion controller option too. But not everybody. There's still $80. Not everybody wants to go out and drop $80, and playing on mouse and keyboard. Now that really doesn't sound so great to me. That really,
I don't like. Yeah,
that doesn't sound very good at all. So give me the option for motion controls. Give me the option for flight stick. I mean, everybody. I know Fluke Rogi. I know some of the other people are much more sim people. They like the sim racing setups and stuff, and that's great. But I still think there's going to be a lot of people that are just going to want to go in with motion controllers, and I agree with that. But
Paradise Decay is leaking our secret. He said, hit the like button and 50 likes. Xbox will add VR support.
Yeah, they're gonna do it. They got to do it. They have to.
Do they?
I think.
Do they have to?
They have. They're going to die if they don't. They're crazy.
I know.
So real quick, I wanted to touch on. We're big fans of the Real VR fishing. We talked about that last weekend. They put out the update for the multiplayer update. I just wanted to throw this out there real quick. They were having some issues with the update where people were losing all their save data from the single player game. They said to resolve this issue, try these two things within the settings at your TV. Press load under the cloud save menu. If this does not help, please email us at support@miragesoft.co.kr. Send them your Oculus ID username, and they will restore back your data. So I don't know if they got that issue fixed yet, but if you did lose it, because we talked about that game last week, I just want to make sure you can get your stuff back. And I think they're giving away some in-game stuff to make up for the issues and stuff, which is pretty cool. But
that's awesome that they're literally doing this case by case, like for support. Like that's awesome. That's really stepping up.
So, and I love the multiplayer. So, and I've played the game a decent amount single player. So, I know people don't want to lose their stuff. So make sure if you do have that issue to do that.
And if Risky Business is still watching live too, I'd like to hear it because I think he won that copy last week, right?
Oh, I think he did.
If he got to play it, because it's definitely a game you would not expect to be that amazing. Like watching
we need to hop in
it,
there with him too. Him and PD again, or whoever else has it. That'd be a lot of fun. But so I just want to throw that out there real quick. What do you want to get into next? We got a couple other big topics that we want to talk about a little bit. Thank you I can't tell, my camera's in the way. If whoever just subscribed, I can't see it.
EJG.
Oh, nice.
888, man.
So
cheers.
What do you want to get into?
I don't care. The cover. What about that Quest cover, man? What do you think
VR
of that
cover?
so far? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love it. So we did do a video on this. This is the.
I like the red. I really do. I like
that it's flexible. It's like
I agree.
The interface itself isn't rigid. Yeah, it's not rigid anymore. And actually, to me, I think it feels a little bit more comfortable.
I know. It does because it moves more, and then it's more adaptable to other face shapes because everybody's face is a different shape. You know what I mean?
So far, I'm really liking it. And on their website, I talked about in the video, they said on their website that it wasn't meant for the slim cover, which was what I usually run on my Quest.
Right.
But it worked. It went on there. It does get your eye, because I feel like this already gets your eyes pretty close to the lenses, and if you throw the slim cover on there, I mean, it's like really close. So a lot of people I think are going to have trouble with their eyelashes hitting the lenses or too close to the lenses. So that might be why they said that. But the other addition is the nose flaps. You can't really see them. The nose flaps in there. Yeah. So that's the other big addition. So, and that's actually pretty cool. I've been trying to get used to that.
I know you didn't like it at first, kind of, didn't you? Because you like to look out.
I'm still weary on it because it's really cool to be able to play VR and have no light leak. It's really cool to have nothing, no outside light coming in. And it really does work for that. I just keep getting so thrown off because my phone buzzes in my pocket. I pull it out of my pocket and I try to look down through the nose gap to see the text, and I see nothing. And I'm like, it's such a weird feeling. And like, it's a much more disconnected from the real world feeling, I think. So I don't know about that because now I have to keep pulling it off to check my phone, and I check my phone too much.
I know.
But you can take them off. You can take them off too if you don't want to run them. Link for that is in the description. They're pretty cool. I do like it. I'm a fan so far. The red, some people love, some people hate. I don't mind it. I think it's kind of cool. I wish they would give us more options. I would love to have the option to get any color. They said they have had a lot of requests for black, and that is probably something that's going to be coming. It's just all black instead of red and black. But
I could see that. But honestly, like I printed out those the grips for the index controllers, right? The 3D printed ones for the Gunstock.
Right.
And I love the white on the black too.
Yeah,
it's like that super contrast, man. I like it. It just looks crispy. It's just really on point. I don't know.
These things.
Something about it.
I still have that in there from last week.
What? There you go.
Yeah, the contrast is cool. You actually have red, white, and black on there with the Mamut stuff on there. But,
I did print out some red ones, but I didn't like the red. It was more of a translucent, so I printed them in white. But I love the white. I really do.
Yeah, and VR cover also has the face masks, which is pretty awesome.
Yep.
I just like it because it has VR stuff all over it.
I love it. It's my go-to face mask now when I go out.
Me too. I think it's cool because it's a conversation starter. Because people are like, "What are those things all over your mask?" I'm like, "Oh, those are VR headsets, VR controllers." It just starts up a conversation. I think that's really cool. If you do want one, I think they're like $9 on their website or something like that. Links in the description if you want to pick up some of those. But another thing on the video, the lens cover. So there's a VR cover, lens cover in the box that we got, and supposedly that's not going to be included when you order yours. They don't know for sure when that's going to be available. They're working with the supplier to see when those actual lens covers are going to be on the website. So not real sure about that. I felt kind of bad because I just assumed it was included because it was in my box. So I put it in the video and I was like, oh, cool. But so that's probably not the case. So just be aware of that. But
I have a wristband somewhere. I had my wristband.
You got a VR cover wristband?
Oh, not VR cover. I'm sorry. That was Mamut. But one of those things that just got thrown in, from them, which was super cool.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff.
We never got the what was it? I think PD got a shirt from VR cover.
Yeah, they have their shirts.
They make
always,
shirts. Yeah,
they make, but they don't last real long a lot of times, and then they aren't in stock. So I need to next time I see some shirts pop up, I need to order one of the shirts that I like.
Oh, Risky Business said he enjoyed it. Beautiful environments. Talking about real fishing.
Oh yeah.
I do have to get in there for multiplayer and to experience some things I thought could be improved. But he loved it.
Yeah, multiplayer is where it's at.
It is. Yeah, I mean, it's still working. Yeah, they're still constantly working on things too. So
multiplayer is awesome, but it's a good game. It's a really good game.
Absolutely, it is.
Yeah.
It's
so to get to the chopper said these legends look like they are in a lovely air-conditioned room. So I guess talk about us. I don't know. But I think a lot of the world, especially the UK, has been like crazy hot, and I guess they don't have the same kind of air conditioning setup stuff that we do in the US. I'm not sure, but I know that a lot of people have been struggling playing some VR right now over there because of how hot it's been. They've had a
lot
crazy
of mini
heat wave.
splits and stuff.
We got hit.
Good.
We got hit with a hurricane this past week, but luckily it wasn't too bad for us here in Virginia. So.
True.
He said the real VR fishing is one of the best experiences all around. And I agree. I love it.
It is cool. Yep.
So what do you want to get into next? Let's get into.
I kind of want to talk Stride, man. I mean, this is another one I've been really hyped for. I don't know. It kind of checks all the boxes for me. Doing something in VR that you could never do unless you're a free runner or.
Well, they're usually not doing that with gun in hand shooting people, I don't think.
You never know.
So you probably can't really do that in real life, but in VR. True. So this is the newest trailer that they put out. And we talked about this before. We talked about this when it first got, anything leaked out about this or announced about this. And basically, it has that Mirror's Edge vibe for sure. In VR. I mean, it's a parkour free runner, taking out enemies. It looks awesome. And what got announced this week is that this is going to be coming to early access this month. Right. So I'm guessing towards the end of the month, but it looks awesome. I mean, fast paced, flying around. Let me see.
I think it looks great. I'm just all these things, everything from the shooting to the free running. I do kind of miss what we had from that first trailer, though, a little bit.
I'm going to show that a little bit because they did change things. It looks a little less Mirror's Edge now, I think, than what it did before. They changed some color schemes. And if you see in the beginning of the trailer how the world kind of changes, I'm not sure if that's like a timed mode where you have to get past where the stuff's changing, catching up to you, like the textures and stuff. But so what they said is their plan for this is they're going to release this in 2 phases. So they realized that their plans were a little too ambitious to try to get the full game out this year. So what they're going to do is the first phase will consist of 3 modes, each released separately in short succession. These are endless modes, so infinite level generation provides unlimited challenging terrain. Arena mode, spacious, varied terrain arena with waves of enemies, perfect for practicing tricks and refining your shooting skills. And then a time chase mode, which I think that might be this right here in the trailer where it's changing. Yeah, so that is test your parkour at speed, skills, and a race against the clock. So I think that is maybe what that is. The second phase of the release will be the complete story version of the game. And that is where they said we're working on a parallel with the arcade modes and we'll announce the official release date as soon as it's confirmed. So we also want to let you know that it's coming on other platforms such as Oculus Quest and PSVR. So
this would be awesome on Quest.
With the freedom of moving around, not tripping over any wires, jumping, dodging, ducking. Fantastic. And the fact that it's coming on PSVR too. I think this is a pretty highly anticipated game as people are starting to see these trailers and stuff. And this isn't their first game, and they're also actually working on another game. I think it's called Time Hacker, which they've had a demo out for that, but the official name of the game is Time Hacker. So they're working on kind of 2 games at once that are going to be released, but.
I think this should be their focus, man. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be the big title. I think the other title looks cool, and we're going to play that game. I haven't played the Time Hacker one yet. I'm going to jump into there. They sent us a code to have a look at it, but this is the one from Joyway that it really, really has me excited, to be honest. And
I love all the different paths. You're not just down one aisle either.
Like, we used to play Mirror's Edge. Cool. Mirror's Edge was awesome. So to be able to do that kind of game in VR, I'm going to show the old trailer. So this is the older trailer that we showed back, I don't even know when. than when we first started talking about this. It looks a little bit different, but
right.
the world is, and I don't know what'll be more of the final version. I don't know if some of these texture packs will be in there where it looks.
And maybe this is. Maybe just the timed version, you know, the time chase one is just what we saw, and they still have this. And I hope.
Yeah, and this might be more of the story mode. I don't know. Like I said, we haven't played this yet, but we will be playing this very soon, and everybody will be able to play it, you know, this month is the plan, early access. So,
which is super cool.
Yeah, I think this looks really, really good. I don't know. It has me excited. I just love the speed of just moving around, and you know, as you play this, I'm sure you're going to get much better at jumping and launching and running, wall running, and just I think there's going to be some pretty cool videos people can put out doing this game because of the amount of skill people gain. Like people can play games and just get so good at it that they just are ridiculous.
Could you imagine like live support for this and stuff too? Because you're going to be moving so much in the game.
That would be cool. I mean, even right there where he slid underneath the rail, you know, or he grabbed it and jumped over. I mean, I think this might be a game that could break some controllers though and stuff. So you're definitely going to want to play this game in an area that isn't crowded with stuff, because this is, you're going to be moving around a lot. I mean, this could even be an exercise game, I think. You could even use this for a workout. And I mean, and you could get completely ripped and buff like Risky Business is playing Supernatural. I saw a picture that he posted somewhere showing off his guns he's been playing a bunch of Supernatural. He's getting jacked. I don't know how jacked he was before, but he's getting jacked playing some Supernatural, which I was really impressed. So, and I think he uses some lightweight stuff too. And stuff. But I also saw a picture or a GIF or something somewhere, some dude that was doing some workout stuff in VR, and he had like a full suit on with bungees attached to his arms and his legs. So, I mean, it was really cool. It was a cool setup, but I wouldn't want to have to put all that on every time. But even just zipping down the line right there, this looks so good. I know. Like I said, that's the older trailer there.
So if you think this game hits all the stuff, you know, the climbing around, doing all this action stuff, do you think Tarzan is going to be identical to this then?
No, I don't think it's going to be identical. I think it's
not identical, but I mean, same concept. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's definitely going to be some of the same
jumping
things.
And swinging. You know.
So you want to get straight into Tarzan, huh? You're going to bring up Tarzan. We're going to have to show this crazy mixed reality trailer that I have some mixed emotions on. I think everybody else does too. But
wait, I do want to say, please go watch this trailer on your own, because the music is incredible. It really is.
Tyler said he thinks this is going to end up being like a cult classic kind of.
Just because of this video, yes. I love what they're doing with it. It's great. It cracks me up. It's amazing and cringeworthy all at the same time, and I love it. It's great.
It's hilarious. They like made a rap song to
it.
It's pretty hilarious. The first time I watched this, I think the first time I watched it, I didn't have any volume on. So I was like, mixed reality trailer. And then I played it with volume, and I was like, oh my goodness, what is this song? So
I know.
So I did turn it on for a second.
We can't play all of it. We can't play all the music.
I'm sure it's probably copyrighted or something. I don't know.
Right, exactly. But oh my God, is it great? Just go watch it. Go watch it. I mean,
the trailer's pretty cool though. How they did this whole trailer in mixed reality, and I feel like obviously mixed reality shows off the power of VR a lot better than just a regular video where you can't see the person or see them moving around. So I think that's great. It's definitely kind of a goofy trailer with the sound, with the music and stuff, but it's really cool. I think they did a pretty good job mixed reality wise. And as far as I know, we're going to be able to do some of this with Live. And there was something else they were using. I can't remember what the other thing was that they were using with Live to kind of achieve some of this. No, I can't remember. It was an article I was reading, but yeah, I don't know. But
I think it's hilarious though. I died watching this. It's so good.
It is really good.
I think stuff like this is just great. And places or companies, developers, I think are afraid a little bit, maybe to make fun of themselves, you know. And we've seen some try it and some fail as well. So there is a fine line with that. I mean, you got to be careful.
The funny part is, the great part about this is that Tyler said once this game comes out that he's going to make a video like this in only a loincloth.
Oh, yeah, right. No, I was joking. I was joking about that.
So I definitely want to see that.
These are the things that happen on our Discord. They stay on Discord. No, I'm not doing that. Man.
So we're going to see Tyler.
Grace everybody with that video.
It was a little confusing, though, because like when you see, I guess you see the beginning and he's in a suit because he's just got onto this island and then it gets torn up as it goes. But it definitely had that pistol whip kind of a thing where everybody was in a suit doing the mixed reality trailers when that first came out. But it would make, by the end, he needs to have, so maybe you start out in your suit and by the end of the video, you have just a loincloth on.
That's what I said. I'm like, Tarzan's not fully dressed. Like, come on. Like, Tarzan's in a loincloth. There's no way.
So what they're saying about this game is going to be a single-player adventure with carefully balanced elements of exploration, combat, athletics, creature interaction, and natural wonder, is experienced as serialized comic-style series, which I do like that look of the game, the comic kind of look of the graphic style. Players can climb, swing, swim, and fight their way across multiple expansive environments that each offer their own unique set of weapons and challenges. Additionally, players will have access to unique Tarzan skills such as Call of the Wild and Earth Vision. So that's pretty awesome. I mean, this is the guy, same guy that made Primordian, I think it was VR.
Yeah, I think it was.
And that game was really good too. So this is gonna be a legit game, I think, for sure.
For sure.
So. Definitely looking for this one.
Yeah. No, and I'm not doing the loincloth. I see PD making comments about it too.
Well, it's going to happen. Everybody comment after this video that they want to see Tyler make the video of the loincloth so we can make it happen.
After this video.
Please do.
No comments. Don't.
And another thing that it says in the article, the press release stuff, is hidden Easter eggs. Throughout the game, discover legendary radio dramas unearthed from the official private vault of Edgar Rice Burroughs. So that is pretty awesome. Anytime they add Easter eggs in games, I think that I just love that. I love finding things. It's like, whoa, like, is this supposed to be here? You know, like something that just is, I don't know. I love that. I think it's really cool.
I know. So cheers, Alex and Ham and everybody in chat. See, I'm busy chat today, but I actually watched, I think it was last Sunday, I watched Ready Player One again. And the whole time I just kept thinking, we need more Easter eggs in VR. Like, way more Easter eggs because I just love them. They're so good. And could you imagine what you could do in VR? Like finding different things and changing things. And I mean, all this stuff, you could change the world colors or something. Like,
Easter eggs are limitless. I mean, they really are. It's limitless what they can do. And as you can see, the headsets at the bottom that's coming out on PSVR, Oculus, Steam. So some people said, like Chris Richardson said, I forgot about this Tarzan game. And I kind of did too. It's been a while since we've seen anything from them. And we still don't have an official release date or anything. There's nothing that's been announced as far as when it's coming out. But yeah, I think this is going to be pretty sweet. So
I did too. I know. Terry Blanchard said Easter eggs do not make a good game, and they don't make a good game, but they make a game very
Easter
interesting
eggs?
for people who want to bury. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep. No, not a game itself, just hidden inside the game.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Nope. No, I'm not gonna buy a game because I hide an Easter egg somewhere.
So, I think gaming science teacher said something about how do they do the dangling feet, and somebody said something about a bungee. So maybe we need. So Tyler has a bungee too that hangs in the ceiling, so he's going to use that in his video that he makes too.
Just not doing this.
Just saying. And gaming science teacher said, "Is Jane a playable character?" And I think so. There's 3 different series in here. The first issue is called The Great Ape. It says Jane has been abducted by a group, Wisdom of the Great Ape, in order to find the trail of her mysterious disappearance. Issue 2, Tarzan begins his pursuit of Jane's captors. In issue 3, as night draws in the jungle, Swamp poses all manner of hidden dangers. So I don't know. It doesn't say specifically. Right. I think it's just going to maybe be Tarzan from reading the press release thing. I don't see anything about playing as Jane. So I'm not sure. I think they need to have a multiplayer where you're playing as Jane, you get kidnapped, and then Tarzan has to come try to find her. Everything needs multiplayer.
I know. But we know.
It looks good. I'm excited for this one. I really do think this is a fantastic looking game.
Okay, so one of the other things, and I put it in the title too, is what do you think about all these music games coming out? Like, there's so many music genre games. Are we getting oversaturated? We've said that before, and I think it's really just.
I mean, this is kind of a new way. I don't know. Because, you have the rhythm games like Beat Saber and Pistol Whip, those kind of rhythm games, Synth Riders and stuff. And now it seems like they're trying to do the whole Rock Band Guitar Hero thing again. There's 3 or 4 games that all kind of got announced and released all around the same time. And there's this one is Rocking Hero, which is like a Guitar Hero. There's Beat Smith Drums, which is like a drum set. And if you remember back early in Oculus days, we had Rock Band with a guitar, with an actual peripheral guitar that was the track. You put the controller on and it was tracked. And that never really caught on. And we're going to get into some of why we think that. But so to me and you, the whole Rock Band era and Guitar Hero was pretty big for us. We loved it. We loved it. We played Guitar Hero. We played Rock Band together. Yep. We really got into it. I was the drummer all the time. I loved playing the drums. Tyler was on the guitar. We were legit rocking out. We thought we were real rock stars, and I think we were. Right. And so it was great. That was a great genre, a great era of, PlayStation and Xbox and stuff. Now, doing this in VR, it gets really complicated because you don't, the peripherals get a lot harder, and it seems like they've kind of given up on that aspect in some of these games. These are just using your controllers, and in this game you're basically moving your hand to hit the buttons, so you're not really holding anything.
I know.
I don't know. It's weird.
I'm
curious to see what people's thoughts are on all of this.
I actually like the having the controller to use. And
yeah,
I know
like
it's not tracked
like the
or
guitar
anything.
and stuff.
Right, and I know it's not tracked, but
Rock Band was. Rock Band
right,
in
that's
VR
true.
was.
It was. That's right, because you put the controller in the end.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know. I don't know if I like any of it as much as I thought I would. You know what I mean? I feel like I would have thought this would have been amazing. Like, it's what it needed. It was the next step for it. You know, coming from loving Rock Band and Guitar Hero and all that. I don't know.
It makes it hard because the peripherals make it feel more real, like you're actually doing something. But in VR, you can't see it, so that's what makes it difficult. Like even this drumsmith on the drums, this looks really cool, but you know, what I loved about playing the drums back then is you're smashing them drums and you're going to town and you feel that feedback of hitting something.
Right,
you know, with this, you're not getting that feedback. You don't have a foot pedal. I see him rocking his foot, but I'm sure you could add some kind of peripheral for a foot pedal, but I think he's just rocking his foot in this. He's not actually playing any kind of bass pedal. But so you get that full experience with old Rock Band and Guitar Hero stuff, where with this, it's kind of half the experience, I feel like, and it makes it a little bit more difficult. And I just don't feel like it connects as well. I don't know.
I know. I don't know. I haven't seen anything yet that I feel like is groundbreaking or.
So to me, I think I like the original idea of Rock Band the best. But they did this weird because Rock Band back in the day, you would have like that first trailer you'd see him scrolling down and you'd have to match those buttons and you could get really good at hard and you'd be going to town and you felt like you were doing something when you hit them combos and stuff. On Rock Band, if anybody's played this in VR, which I did back in the day, I spent some decent amount of time in this and I just never got super into it because it was more of like a play whatever you want. And it was just very strange. It wasn't as challenging of you actually have to hit these notes. You can put it on a harder level and you got to do it. Right. So it was just weird. It didn't feel as good. It didn't feel as rewarding playing in VR. Now it was really cool to feel like you were on a stage and you were playing for an audience. And I could kind of get into that. I'm sure it was probably not a pretty sight to see if somebody on the outside watching me go to town rocking in this, like I'm up on stage and like, you know, shouting out people in the audience and stuff. But yeah,
I know. And Galileo makes a good point in chat too. He said, not sure VR really adds anything to this kind of game. And I kind of agree with that because what are you getting in there other than just to see where you're standing, basically?
Yeah, I think
you're not doing anything extra with
Rock
VR.
Band did a little bit extra because it made you feel like you were on stage in front of a live concert. That was cool.
But that's all you're getting. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
That's
the other ones are just a track. So that one, like, I don't see the benefit of playing that, like the Beatsmith and the Rocking Hero. I don't see the benefit of playing that in VR as just busting out your old Rock Band or Guitar Hero controller and playing it on a screen. I mean, I think maybe it has some potential down the road that they could do some cool stuff. I just don't know how yet. Maybe when we get object recognition. So if we can get object recognition in VR where you could get the old Rock Band drum set or something like that and you could have an overlay of that to where you could see that in the game. It would be tracked, you know, it would stay stationary while you're looking around, but you could see what you're hitting. That I could see. Future-wise, that I could see.
Yep. I know. That would be cool.
Yeah.
You know, even if you put like just a table in front of you and it was like a keyboard, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And like you could see the keys.
With hand tracking and stuff. Like exactly. Down the road. Right. That would be cool. So that I can see. Cool, yeah. I can see potential for that kind of stuff. The stuff where we're getting right now, I don't know about. I don't know that that's going to be. That's not. I don't see any of these catching on like what Guitar Hero and Rock Band did back in the day. Now, if we get what we were talking about with some, you know, overlays and some pass through and some hand tracking, that I could see. And I mean, this is the drum set I had for Rock Band back in the day. This is the Ion drum rocker. So I was into this. Like I didn't have I didn't have the little plastic set that came with the Rock Band. I had like a legit drum set that worked with the Xbox, had an Xbox controller. This thing was awesome. I mean, we literally were putting on concerts for ourselves and it was great.
It was so much fun. I played that forever. I played it before. I would be with a friend and we'd be going out and stuff. And we would play Rock Band just to get pumped up to like go out somewhere.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. I mean, it
like,
really got you pumped
sweating
up.
it out and jump in the car and take off.
Yeah, so I'm totally down for a futuristic overlay, pass-through, hand tracking, multiplayer Rock Band game where we can all rock out to a concert. all of us in VR. So, you know, you got me on the drums, you on the guitar, Risky Business singing. So we got PD on the bass, we got Gaming Science Teacher on the keyboard, and we can put on a live concert for somebody in VR chat or in, you know what I mean? That in Facebook Horizons. That's cool.
Sure.
If we can get to there, I'm all about it.
I agree.
I think
I get it.
so
I know.
Cool.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I don't know.
I know, man. But I don't know. I think we're a little oversaturated at the moment with them, but you know, something's going to click. Somebody's going to come out with something though that is groundbreaking.
I mean, you got to keep rolling through. You know, it's going to go through phases of these games that are going to, and then somebody's going to get it right. Somebody's going to get it right. So,
for sure.
Gaming Science Teacher said the air guitar one looked like it could be interesting. That it does look pretty cool, and I think it is neat how you slide your hand. But I don't know. It's not as good as the just going nuts up and down.
It's really cool to hear how like everybody in chat has had almost experience with some type of like Guitar Hero or Rock Band. Like it's touched everybody. Like that's amazing.
Yeah, I know. Gaming Science Teacher said she said it was big in the dorms. Maybe with the next quest, Steven Sales says better cameras might provide better tracking for hands. I definitely think so. And peripherals.
Right. Sure.
Somebody said we have to rethink the peripherals. Phil Yarn said I was the drummer singer with the mic stand and Rock Band good times. See, I mean, it's just, I love it.
I know, it's
so
a good time, man. I get it. I agree. Yep.
Gaming Science Teacher said keyboard. Better give me the tambourine.
I get it.
Person, he's getting crazy. Rock out with your chimichanga out.
Right? It is. It would be fun. Don't get me wrong. Like a big group thing or a party stuff like that would be awesome.
Paradise to say. DK said bass. How low can you go? Yeah, I think it's cool. If we can get to where we're talking about, where we can put on concerts and we can all be in there. Yeah, I'm totally about that.
Recreate the experience we had with that original like Rock Band or Guitar Hero with a friend.
But how cool would that be, dude? Putting on a concert in VR chat or something like that, where you actually have a real audience. You know, you
or
actually
just like
have real
stream
people
it,
out there.
like what it is on Facebook or whatever.
Awesome.
You know, that would be cool.
So cool.
Yep. I know.
So Aspen Darkfire said it'll be a thing, just not the right timing given the tech, and I think he's right. I think it could be a thing. Steve XM said I was an expert guitar player, Rock Band and Guitar Hero, and man, it's cool to see that we're not the only ones that have a big history of this that loved it.
I agree, man. I know.
Fluke Rogie said tambourine. You couldn't even trust me with a triangle.
Harmonix needs to do it. Yeah,
that's who did Rock Band. They did Rock Band, and I think they were onto something with that. They just should have stuck more with because people remember the button layout. Like even playing Guitar Hero and stuff, you weren't once you got good, you weren't looking at the buttons on the controller, so you could still follow the pattern.
I hit
in
those
VR.
so fast you couldn't even think. Like they were coming through faster.
I think that's why they did that Rock Band version, because they were like, oh, people aren't gonna be stealing the buttons, so we're gonna let them play whatever buttons they want. We're gonna give them points for being on rhythm, and it was weird. But with live support would be epic. That's what XM said. So but we can't stay on Rock Band forever.
I know.
But man,
okay,
really
so talking about peripherals and all these controllers and stuff, what do you think, man, about Gunstocks? I was surprised actually how many people said something about that video, because I didn't realize that many people thought about or wanted to or want to get Gunstocks. Like. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I kind of thought it was a rare thing for a while, but
I think it'll be bigger. I think it'll be even bigger now too with Onward on Quest. There's a lot of people playing Onward on Quest, so I think people are starting to recognize the Gunstocks a little bit more. And I love them. I absolutely love the Gunstocks, and we talked a little bit about G2 stuff, and we're really hoping that these cups that are made for the touch controllers and the Vive wands and stuff, these things flex a lot. Like you can open these things up quite a bit. So I'm really hoping that the G2 controllers are going to fit in these things, and
it's going to be close.
Get right into
it's going to be close, man. I know. And if not, we know they will. We've talked to them, privately, and they are going to work on that as fast as they can.
They'll have them out quick.
So if it doesn't, then I'm sure. But and we may even be able to get by, with having them just for now until they they get their G2s and their controllers, their second gen WMR controllers. One
thing I can say that I do want to get, and they offer them on their website but they're sold out, is the magnets, because this is universal gun stock, and you can use a bunch of different guns with this, but there's only one set of magnets. So when you want to switch over to using your Rift S or your Quest, you have to swap the magnet over from your index cups onto here. So I want to get at least one more set of magnets so I can have my Quest and Rift controllers always ready to go too. I don't have to swap the magnets. So I
always keep my grips on typically on my Quest controllers, but I want to get their magnetic ones for that then I can have that set up. Then I can go over to my index, boom, put those on, and there's no swapping involved.
That is one thing that I want to do. Another thing we talked about Mamut being the universal gun stock is when a new headset comes out and there's new controllers, you can always buy those cups as an add-on. You don't have to rebuy a whole thing, so that's going to be good. Gaming Science Teacher said she did go into Onward and was immediate like, Oh yeah, I need a Gunstocks.
Yep, I know.
Sign up for the giveaway. Everybody sign up for the giveaway. Make sure you
that's
sign
true.
up.
But it looks like a lot of people have printed them out too, which is kind of cool because you can. And I did this a long time ago too, printed one. But you can put that money towards a printer and do that too, which I get. But the quality with this is bar none above a printed one because I've had both. The quality with these being molded parts and stuff is
they're
just
injection
awesome.
molded plastic on these, so it works really well.
It does.
Yeah.
I love it. I can't recommend it enough to everybody when we play. And you can see by how we play. And though we do love shooters and stuff, the accuracy, man. Oh, it's so good.
The accuracy and the immersion. That's, I think, the biggest thing for me, the quick target acquisition, but the fact that I am holding something and it's pressed against my shoulder. That's what I love. And that's what I always say is I love the feeling of holding something pressed against my shoulder. I feel like I'm really doing something.
And you commented, too, after the video about my weird gunstock setup, how I have the one upper and lower. I have fallen in love with that weird setup.
Yeah, I think I might try that out.
You have to, man.
Yeah,
it's
right
so
now
cool.
I have both controllers mounted on the top of the stock.
Sure.
Which
works. It works great, but
it's
just so
hard to get. Said would be awesome to have an aim controller in PSVR, which would be nice. I would love to see Oculus and Valve and stuff start making official peripherals. The only thing about an aim controller that's not as good as a Gunstock is reloads. I would much prefer, like in the clip right there where he actually has to reload. I like the feeling of actually reloading better than hitting a button.
I know.
Or actually throwing a grenade better than hitting a button to throw a grenade. So that's my only thing that I think an actual Gunstock has an advantage over an aim controller. Although I think an aim controller is pretty awesome too. So.
Yeah, you're right, though, because there's so many interactions and stuff when you play. In a lot of games, too, you have interactions inside the world, too. So you still have that track controller, but you still have the gun. It's just the best of everything, I think. But
So make sure you sign up for the giveaway. We're pretty excited to be giving one of these away. Somebody can try it out. We love Gunstocks. We've been running Gunstocks for a long time. Back from CV1 days, we had like an Evolution, like a cheap kind of Gunstock that we ran for a long time. I have a Pro Tube with the mag tube, the Pro Tube mag tube. I love that too. The Mamut. I mean, there's a lot of great options, but it's a lot of fun. Check them out.
I just like that this one works with everything. Like if you own a CV1 right now and are going to upgrade to a Rift S, you're going to have the controllers for it. Then if you want to, somebody made a comment like, I've got a Quest and I have an Index on order, so I'm good on both. Like, and you are. Yeah. That's awesome.
I think Mad Wookie's giving me a hard time. He said, see, same as HOTAS. So, all right, whatever.
I don't know. He's brainwashed. I don't know what from, but he is completely brainwashed over here.
I don't know. A shooter with a Gunstock is way different than a TIE fighter.
You have no argument. Just stop talking. Whatever. You don't.
Whatever. But yeah, good stuff. Another thing that I saw that was pretty cool that's coming out for Quest, and this is coming out on August 20th. This is called Alcove.
Oh, yeah.
And what this
is cool.
It's just a hangout, chill thing in VR, and it's coming out on Quest, which is the best headset for this to be on. I'm sure it's probably coming out on Rift and Steam possibly too. I'm not sure, but this is just a hangout. It's a room and stuff that you can have friends over into. You can put pictures on the wall. You can put your own pictures in there. You can watch videos together. You can play board games together.
Animals.
You can have virtual pets, so you can have virtual pets in your space. You can travel to like 360, 180 videos together with people. It's kind of like Oculus. What was it, Oculus Spaces or Facebook Spaces?
Yeah, Facebook. What started as Facebook Spaces.
Whatever that was. So it's kind of like that. Pretty neat. I think this is really great for people that have family that are far away. That you can actually hang out together and do things together. And I think they have some pretty cool ideas for this. If you've been watching our show for a while, the Coffee VR show, you know that I'm a pretty big fan of Uno. And some people are like, what the heck is Uno? If you don't live in the U.S.
Uno and Justin Timberlake. You're two secret obsessions.
Why you got to give out all my secrets? I have a Justin Timberlake pop stars thing right over there. It's ridiculous. But anyways, I have an obsession with Uno. One of my favorite card games. It's just like a sit-down card game. A ton of fun. So I did message them and say, can I please request an Uno card game be added into this? Because we can all go into this and play Uno, and they said they're going to add it to the list of things they're going to try to do. So I don't know how the licensing will work with that, but hopefully my dreams of Uno may come true because Greg's VR, I had him on a mission to get that added into PokerStars, and he's failed me so far. So hopefully that'll come to PokerStars at some point.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah, and people in the UK don't know what that is. It's a fantastic card game. Look it up on Amazon and order it. You'll love it. I'm sure they probably have it on Amazon. What? It's a great card game. I have so many good memories
Richards,
of Uno.
So with Horizon just around the bend, is this the best time for this? I kind of feel like it's a little different though. I don't know.
A little bit.
I feel like this is something that would be easy to, okay, let's say we get the Quest Lite, let's call it. And it's 200 and some bucks. You buy it for a family member that's not big into tech stuff, send it to them and hop in with them. This is something simple you're sitting around with. You don't have to have a profile, like a Facebook account, anything like that, and get in there and have a session with somebody. I think it's a little different.
Have to have an Oculus account, but I think
sure. But I think you're not out there in the world. I don't know.
I think the main advantage of this right now is that they're releasing before Facebook Horizon. So this is going to be out later this month on Quest, and Horizons isn't out yet. So if this does catch on, and a lot of people, first one out sometimes has an advantage. Obviously, once Facebook Horizon comes out, this is probably going to not do very well anymore. I think Facebook Horizon is probably going to take over quite a bit, but but I think for right now, I think this is cool. I think this is, something that's going to be good for people to for a gaming science teacher and her family that lives far away, or, people like that. I think this is cool to be able to sit down on the couch with them, watch a video, show them some pictures that you took that are on your wall. Like, hey, check out this picture we took last night of the family being at the park. You know what I mean? Let's play a game together, some tic-tac-toe, some Uno, some checkers. Pretty cool. I like the idea. I don't know how well it's going to do yet, but I like the idea, and we'll see what they add to it. I mean, if they add a bunch of cool stuff, I think it could be cool.
Greg ZR is making fun of you.
I'm sure he is.
Good stuff, man.
He said Uno VR ain't happening. Give it up. I'm not giving up hope. It's going to happen eventually.
Right. I know you won't. You won't quit either. I know. Trust me. You're relentless when it comes to that.
Oh man, we already talked about the VR cover, didn't we?
Why?
Because I forgot to show this.
Don't stop with the creepy stuff, man.
I can't help it.
Nightmares the other night. I don't want to see this.
When I saw this picture with the nose flaps on here, I couldn't help but be like, man, that headset right there looks like a person. And somebody said, I think it was in one of MRTV's Discord, about a different image that looked like it was a tongue, and I was like, oh man, I got to put that headset on a body, because it totally, I mean, this now it looks like some kind of crazy anime character. Tell me it doesn't.
I can't look at this, dude. Come on, you're killing me. It's so creepy. This gives me nightmares.
It really is creepy. But tell me that doesn't look like some kissy lips on this thing, and the eyes, and it's so funny. But sorry, I meant to show that earlier when we were talking about VR cover, but it cracks me up. I can't help it. I'll put it away. Sorry about that.
Jeez, you and your Justin Timberlake and your anime VR.
I can't help it. Justin Timberlake is just the most talented person in the world. I can't help that. It's not my fault.
Here we go. See,
now you got me distracted. What else are we talking about today?
I know. Hitman. Come on, man.
Oh, I totally forgot about Hitman.
How can you forget about Hitman, dude?
Oh, man,
I've been so pumped about this. I want so much more from this trailer, though.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to watch it forever. Like, give me more. Oh.
And I thought it was funny because at the beginning of the trailer it says IOI, and I saw somewhere somebody said, do we really want IOI making video games? Like,
the first thing I thought
Ready
of,
Player
too.
One, IOI was like the evil company. But, man, this is...
Oh, I know, man. Look at this.
Good.
Look at the lighting. Look at everything.
Yeah, this is going to be fantastic. So this is coming out for PlayStation VR for sure. This is Hitman 3. The cool thing about this is that you're going to be able to import like 20 environments from the previous Hitman 1 and Hitman 2 games.
If you own them.
The caveat with that, and I didn't realize this, Fluke Rogi told us this before the show, and it makes sense if you think about it, but you have to own the previous games to be able to import the environments and stuff into the new one. That makes sense. I mean, obviously they want to make their money.
The original Hitman is so good, man.
Yeah, I haven't played. I played, I think, the original one back in the day, Xbox or something. I haven't kept up with the Hitman series. So, but this ending right here is going to feel pretty crazy. Sneaking up behind this guy and strangling him. It's going to feel
I even liked Hitman Go. I think it was Hitman Go on mobile or whatever it was. That was even cool. That was awesome. It was like a board game-ish shooter thing. Oh, super cool.
So this is coming out January next year. So this next year, January 2021, which is hopefully going to be a better year than 2020. But one thing that I'm curious about is this going to be available on PSVR? They didn't say anything about that. They didn't say anything about that. But the other games weren't exclusive to PlayStation. They weren't exclusive PlayStation titles. But is PlayStation funding the VR port of this? You know what I mean? Is that the case?
Maybe. I don't think.
I personally think we're going to see this on PSVR. I think we're going to see it on PSVR. I think that it's not going to get announced right away because PlayStation's going to use this as a hype. You know what I mean? For a new, to sell the new PlayStation and headsets and everything else. So, but I think there's a good possibility. I'm curious what other people think, and I see Rudel Zavedno said on PSVR too. He was thinking the same thing we are. I'm curious. I mean, I think this is going to be an excellent game on PSVR, and I think that there's no reason why it shouldn't be on PCVR unless Sony
Right.
paid for some kind
Unless
of
it can't handle
exclusive
it.
deal.
Yeah.
What can't handle it? PCVR can't handle it?
No. PlayStation, like the current gen PlayStation. Is
But
this
I
to
think
run
this is-
on that or
I
the
think
next
this is-
gen?
No, it's going to have to be
Well, true. If
because
it's
it comes
yeah,
out
if it's
January. So the next
right?
gen. Well, no, the next gen will be out this year. So, but not the new headset. I don't know.
I know.
Yeah, I'm not
exactly.
sure. And one thing I am curious about, a lot of these new PlayStation VR games that are in the works right now and that are going to come out before the new headset is how is that going to affect things with the next PSVR? Because we know right now, current PlayStation, it's mainly, a front-facing setup where you got to stay facing in one direction, where I have to imagine the PSVR 2 is not going to be that way anymore. I got to imagine it's going to be a room scale setup.
That's not going to change anything with the games.
Yeah,
you
but
know what I mean?
games
Whether
right
it's
now,
room
they
scale
have to
or
be.
front-facing.
Yeah, but games right now, they have to be made to be, front facing where you're not really moving, turning, and stuff like that. And in a sense, you know what I mean? They're more directed in that way, but not all of them. But I feel like
it's not saying you couldn't though. You're just going to drop tracking.
Yeah,
you know
depending
what I mean?
on the game. Some game are definitely
Right.
focused on
Sure.
keeping you facing forward in one direction. I'm just curious how they're going about development.
Right, but see, that's
not
what I'm
knowing
wondering.
what
So is
PSVR
this
2 is gonna be.
January when we're going to see all this stuff come out? Paradise said a bundle, Hitman. Could that be their release title? That their big release title for
You
the
mean
second gen
for
one?
the
And it
second
could
gen
be.
PlayStation VR.
So is that going to be January? You know what I mean?
I
Is that
don't
going to be
know.
a big thing?
That's going to be a tough area because if
I
they're
know.
releasing the PlayStation 5 for holiday stuff where everybody's going to be buying that for holiday gifts, I mean, who's going to spend a bunch more money right after December and January to buy a
People
headset?
that want VR. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, they're going to
because
sell
then
it,
once you
but-
have that console, you're going to want to upgrade then to the next thing right
Yeah,
after
maybe.
too.
I mean, I'm okay
and
with
maybe
it.
they were scheduled to try and get the second gen headset for holiday release, and it got pushed back with everything too. We don't know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They could have been pushing that, and it's going to just now be right after. Maybe it is, but
Person
know.
said I want ceiling facing games. There's probably some of those out there. You might want to look on Steam for some of those. If you know what I'm saying. Chris Richardson said IOI is independent of Crystal Dynamics. They might be in place where a deal was needed to get it made. So yeah, I don't know. So Anakaze said it's PS4 and PS5. Sayo Manzani said still waiting for Resident Evil 7, which I really thought that was going to come to PCVR. I really did.
Yeah.
I don't know that we're ever going to see it now. I don't know. I don't know. Not that
I
I
don't
really
think
want to
so.
play it, but
right.
because it's terrifying. But
I want to play. What's the one where you do all the climbing? The zombie one. It was out for Xbox, PC.
Dying Light.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be terrifying. I remember you being scared playing that flat. You were like, dude,
I
this
know,
game,
man.
like playing
I'm
it in the
you have to
dark, like
play
it's
this.
terrifying.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know. It's so good. I want that in VR so bad.
And Ham for the
feel
Win
like
said,
that's such a-
I presume this is free roam and not on rails, right? We don't know. I don't think we know for sure. I don't think there hasn't been a ton of information released about this other than the trailer and stuff. So I would have to imagine it's free roam, and I really
It's
hope
gonna
it's
be
free
like
roam.
Half-Life Alyx, like
Kind
not
of
rails,
on rails, but
directed
kind of free roam. Yeah, probably
Yeah,
so.
yeah, that absolutely will be.
Yeah.
Yep.
So hard to get said. I would buy a bundle PS5, PSVR 2 console, and headset in holiday. I would too. Totally.
Yep,
I hope they get PSVR 2 out sooner than later. The sooner the better,
100%.
I think.
Yep,
For sure.
I agree. I'm all in. Yep.
Yeah, for
Dying
sure.
Light. I did hear that they had the VR mod for that. I know. I did hear.
You never tried that, did you?
I know, but I without native controls and stuff like that, I don't know, man. They don't feel the same to me.
Right.
Like I want that climbing aspect with
Same
the
with
track
GTA
controls.
5.
Like
the
right,
VR mod is
exactly.
good. You playing with a gamepad,
Right.
it's fun, but it's
Right.
just not. It's not the same to me. It's still missing.
I know, me neither.
It's
I just
missing.
don't want to get into it and be
Yeah.
like halfway, there.
Yeah, I
you
want
know
the
what
real deal.
Oh,
I want the real
right, me
deal
too.
made for VR. That's what I
Mhm.
want. That's what I prefer.
100%.
For sure.
I agree. I know.
But yeah, I don't know. So,
I know.
real quick, a little bit of G2 stuff because we talk about G2 stuff all the time. There has been so they've sent out some more headsets. So now Tested has their video out. Tyrell has some videos out. He actually put a through the lens. I was going to show this full screen. This is kind of a zoomed in version showing the G2 in the center. Just how much clearer the text is. And with screenshots and stuff and through the lenses, I always say, you can't really judge. We've talked about this.
Right.
You can't really judge what an image looks like through the lens
hard.
because that's not what your eyes are going to see when you put that headset on. on. It gives you an idea of clarity and stuff like that compared to other
pixel
headsets.
density.
Yeah,
Right.
but it's not. I mean, a camera lens sees things completely different than our eyes do. It focuses completely different than our eyes do. So, I mean, it's definitely not a super fair representation, but it gives you an idea. So, but there are watch his videos. There's the tested video if you're on the fence still about the G2. It's a big headset because everybody's talking about it. You know, a lot of people are excited about it, and so are we. We both have pre-orders for it that we cannot wait to get. And I mean, that should be this fall, should launch right around the same time as the Microsoft Flight Simulator VR support, because it's going to be coincide with G2.
So, and I know we're nearing the end of our show and stuff, but I do want to get into, you know, I was thinking about this last night. I feel like the G2 has, and HP itself has taken over where I thought HTC was going to be a little bit. Like that middle of the road headset where you get a great headset.
What you thought Cosmos was going to be, kind of?
Well, yeah, a little bit, but more just where HTC should have ended up. That, you know, with the Vive and stuff, it wasn't a super expensive headset. It wasn't a cheap headset. It was middle of the road. And I feel like this is the headset to have for everybody because of that. You know, you're getting the good features of great headsets, but it's not $1,000 headset. You know, it's at that $599, which US dollars still there.
I mean, it's kind of a middle ground. It's kind of a middle ground headset. You know, it's above like Rift S. It's below Index technically, but it has resolution that kind of is way better than anybody else.
And I feel like are we going to drop off the Rift S at this point? You know, in the coming with Oculus Connect, are we going to see the loss of that? Is that going to go by the wayside as well? Or are they just going to focus on being standalone that hooks to PC?
I think so.
So
that's what I've thought
I feel like this is a great wired headset, and wired headsets have their pros too. You know, you are wired. You don't have to have batteries or battery packs or do hot swaps with it or anything. You know, I feel like it's just this great middle of the road headset that I can recommend to everybody, and I don't even have it yet. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I feel like it's going to hit this sweet spot that they really could start to push Oculus.
We really want to push this thing, you know, for first-person shooters and stuff. And MRTV just put out a video yesterday showing some stuff in Pavlov and stuff, and it looks like it's going to be pretty good tracking-wise. We're going to have to see because we go pretty hard in first-person shooters. That's definitely one of our favorite genres, so we're really going to put that thing through its paces when it comes. Ann said Tyreal is the king of through the lenses. The tested ones were very bad. The tested ones did not look good through the lens. They didn't do a fantastic job. I don't know what kind of cameras everybody's using that makes a difference.
But honestly, I mean, even with Sebastian, and I've talked to him personally, and his personal recommendation to me is it's amazing. And I trust him. I mean, I've trusted him forever. I look to him as a friend, and I would not doubt his statement. So
I mean, even tested, they weren't negative about the G2. I mean, they thought it was great too. They said, you know, tracking wise, the Rift S tracks a little bit better, real close to the headset. MRTV showed some of that, and it looked pretty good. I mean, you're never in a shooter, you're never going to be going around the corner like this, you know what I mean? But it does make a difference depending on where you hold your hands. So we'll see. I mean, nobody's going to know for sure and headsets everybody's head is different. Everybody plays different. So everybody's going to have a different feeling about every headset.
Look, this is the brand new WMR tracking, right? Look how Oculus had it when the Rift S came out and their tracking was. So this is already as good almost as the Rift S, and it's brand new tracking to them.
So if they can do
they
some
don't
updates,
have it out there in the masses. You know
they
what
can
I mean?
do updates and make it even better because Rift S was terrible. When Rift S first came out, the tracking was terrible. It was not good enough to play a first-person shooter. We tried and it was miserable. I didn't like it at all. And then they did updates and they greatly improved the tracking. So if G2 can do this as well, second generation Windows mixed reality, we can do this as well. I'm all about it. Somebody said I wanted to mention Mad Wookie said you messed up because you should have done a motion share instead of another headset because you were talking about doing that motion sim rig.
That's not out of the question. Still not out of the question. I just got stacked of funds for it.
Yeah,
I know.
We spend way too
we
much
have to prioritize. So a motion chair, you know, everybody wants to know about the G2. So I have to get my hands on it. I have to give you my first impressions. I would be doing everybody a disservice if I didn't. But trust me, my homemade rig is right here that I made in an hour with wood and everything else.
Yeah, it still works.
And it does good. Yeah, it does great. I love it. It's kind of proof of concept.
I'll come over, and then when you're in there, I'll kind of jerk you around the turns, and I'll
now we're talking.
So you don't really need it. You got me.
We'll put little casters on the bottom.
Yeah,
you can just shove a bar,
Yeah, so you're sliding out the back end. That'd be awesome. So Paradise Decay said, don't forget Cosmos tracking is still as bad today as it was on launch. So there's that too. There is that.
There is.
They actually did improve it a little bit, but it never got very good. So,
but they did improve the original WMR stuff though over time.
Yeah,
it did get better.
The bad thing about the one thing I can't say about the G2 is that I'm not excited that they're using lighted rings and stuff instead of infrared like Oculus and stuff uses. Right. I think they would do better if they use the infrared stuff. It's a little bit better depending on light and stuff like that.
Sure.
That's a little bit disappointing. I also am a little bummed that they don't have the adjustment knob on the back like the index to tighten and loosen it. That's a little bit of a bummer. You know, there are some trade-offs. There's definitely some trade-offs in that.
But you're talking price. Right. Exactly. So you want that adjusted head strap, boom, we're up another $50 for it. Or you want better stuff on the controllers, another $50. So now we're pushing that index. So I feel like they did a great thing and got it down to that price point. I really do. I think it's amazing, and it's the best thing they could do for themselves and us. I think so. It's awesome. I'm super pumped about it, man.
Excited.
I'm excited. I can't wait.
For sure. Well, I think that's wrapping up the show for sure. We some pretty big things happening this week. I mean, I think the whole rest of this year is going to be pretty exciting. I think 2020 isn't over yet by any stretch of the means. There's going to be still stuff getting announced this year. Oculus Connect. We got more games that we're really looking forward to that we can't wait to play. I mean, so good. Good stuff.
I know. I want to get in some shooter, man. After the Gunstocks stuff, every time I'm like, I just want to play. It's all I want to play is shooters anymore.
I know.
They're just so good.
We're big fans
I've stopped with the sim now until I get the G2, I think, because I want that high res now.
Yeah.
Like, I have so many things that are in the coming, like wireless index. Like that would be my other dream that I've
so
dropped.
many things. The 3080 series.
I know.
We're still supposed to be getting announcements about the 3080 series. That's going to be another money pit.
Okay.
Probably.
Do you think you're going to upgrade? And I know we're past our hour, which we try and stay at now. But are you going to upgrade? I don't know if I am, man.
It's going to depend on the price. It's going to depend on the price and the specs. What kind of performance upgrade it's really going to be? Because we both have a 2080 right now. I'm probably not, because there's so many other things I'm buying this year. Maybe next year or something. I don't know. It depends on the price and it depends on the performance.
I agree. And I think if I start having games where I start having issues with not being able to run maybe the highest graphic settings
with the G2 and Windows, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, Project Cars 3.
That's what I mean. Yep.
I don't know. It might get a little risky. That's for sure.
Yep. Ham said he can taste the high resolution, and that's exactly it too.
I can't wait to see that. Yep. I mean, that's going to be an advantage in the shooters too, because you can see somebody from farther away and they don't just look like a dot. That's an advantage. So there's going to be an advantage. But
Mad Wookie said, when do you all play normally? Keep an eye on our Discord. That is the best way. Under Looking to Play or Contractors on our personal Discord on our channel.
Random. Our schedules, we both work full time. We're really busy. You know, we're married, so it's.
But on top of that, everyone else puts on there too if they're playing or starting a room and stuff. So keep an eye.
It's really random. Sometimes, a lot of times through the week, the only time I can really play is in the evenings. You know, sometimes the weekends. Sometimes after the show we play. Sometimes on Sunday. It's just really random. It's hard to set a schedule because we don't know when we're going to be available. So sometimes we're just like, hey, we're jumping in here. Let's go. You know, so just watch the Discord. And,
it's mostly evenings for us, and we're Eastern time zone. So if you want to compare to that. That'd probably do the best for you.
Great Tantrum said, hopefully more half dome technology for Oculus. I definitely am.
Right. I know, man. I know.
Mad Wookie. Awesome.
Cheers, man.
Awesome.
Cheers.
Seriously,
definitely come play with us, you guys. We have a lot of fun. We highly recommend Contractors, even on Quest. It's so good.
Yeah, sideload.
It's free. Sideload it. It's great. Onward's good. I'd still like to get back into Onward.
We need to hop in some more. I've played a little bit more this week. I played some Onward. I played some In Death.
Has all that settled down a little bit now? I haven't watched their Discord lately, but
I think PSVR guys are still upset, but Quest guys are pretty happy. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
which
we'll
I
see.
get.
But anyway, seriously, thanks so much. We truly appreciate all the people being in here in the chat. It really means a lot to us.
We really do.
We love it every week. We're so glad you guys join us and have fun with us on the show. So we really appreciate you being here. We really appreciate the super chats. That's really awesome. That's much appreciated. We can't express that enough, how much that means to us. So
we really do. We love everybody being here, pushing our channel out there. We never thought we would be here on our first episode. So which I highly recommend going back and watching. Oh my gosh.
It was
watch a clip of it. It's freaking hilarious. I know.
Yeah, but we really do appreciate it. So we make sure you join the Discord. Make sure you sign up for the Gleam giveaway. We are going to run that for a little while. So if you don't have a Gunstock, if you would like to try to win one, looking forward to giving that away. And
so good. I love it.
Yep. So awesome.
Yep. All right, guys.
Thanks
We're
so
out
much,
of here.
everybody.
We'll catch you back here or see you in VR.
Later.
Later, guys.